It's that show, Dom.
That show, Adam.
Back again, to Detroit Nerds. We're in the secret location as we will stay for the foreseeable
the rest
future.
of the time, bro.
Yeah, honestly, at this point, this is the Detroit Nerds headquarters.
We're cemented here.
Yeah.
We can't get the fuck out of here if we tried.
Yeah, I like to talk about it like it's a choice for us, but we haven't left here since we started the show. We've been right here in this location, and now it's become my world, and I'm happy about it.
We signed that contract a long time ago, guys, and we can't leave. If we wanted to, we can't leave.
Yeah.
We're here.
What happened was Bernard Arnault and Clive Davis, they came to us and they said, hey, listen, we're getting rid of Diddy, and we need some new players in the game. And we said, okay, and they said, well, what we're going to have to do is we're going to, confine your spirits here to this place for eternity, and you're just going to do a podcast. And in return, we get infinite money and, all the riches of the world, which is cool.
We've gotten.
Yeah, we have all those things now. Yeah. It's great. Great to see you again, Dom. We hung out a couple of times this weekend.
We did.
So I feel like I've been seeing a lot more of you. This is good,
bro.
Yeah.
I had to make the move to like this doesn't get any better until we get better. Not
very
that we
true.
were worse, but
right. It was
you know
very
what
true.
I mean?
It's very
we
true.
Get better.
That's
the more
very
I
true.
get to know you, the more you get to know me,
100%.
the better this thing kind of goes,
100%.
So I think it only works out for us.
It's the power of friendship.
Yes.
Much like in today's shonens, we are, going to, fight the good fight together, increase our power levels.
We will prevail.
And defeat various bosses. But, that's just how we do things. But before we get into anime, I just wanted to do an update on Call of Duty because I've been gaming. I've been a gamer. I've been on game platforms and video game in consoles.
You loaded up that IV?
Yeah, 100%.
Let me get that shit in my bloodstream real quick.
But no, I mean I prestiged, I'm finally what I say is a Call of Duty player. You haven't prestiged?
Bro, I told you, man. I haven't been on it. I haven't.
Yo, what? Do you even game, bro?
Bro, Call of Duty does something to my soul that will turn a good man evil.
That's true.
Let me say that.
Yes.
Okay? And I hate to sound like, I hope I don't sound like a child with that, but anybody that games will know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about right now. It does something to your spirit.
Makes your blood boil.
Yeah, unless you're a fucking hacker.
Yeah, unless you're a hacker. In which case, I don't understand. That's my weirdest thing. Like, I don't understand why you'd play a game as annoying as Call of Duty if you're just going to cheat. Because then it's like, all right, I mean, I guess it's not annoying for you anymore, but now you're not getting the satisfaction of actually getting the guns or dealing with all the annoying shit to get to the good part. You're just skipping to the good part, which doesn't make sense to me.
Must be a lack of dignity at this point, because it's like in my head, there's no way you're enjoying your time doing what you're doing, how you're doing it. It's like if you went and joined a bodybuilding tournament, but you're jacked on steroids. Like, you feel good about that, Dub?
Yeah,
you have confidence in yourself because of it. Like,
you feel good about that. Yeah, it's very weird.
Go walk into traffic.
Very Lance Armstrong mentality.
Yes,
I don't understand, but I wanted to talk about just the different game types that I've been really fucking with.
I'm excited to hear this.
I think one of the things this Call of Duty has been doing a really good job of is the playlists that have been kind of rotating throughout the past couple of weeks. They've done a really good job of listening to the community, which, finally, right? And I think it takes some time, for video game companies to understand what works. There's a lot of moving parts, I'm sure, that we don't understand. But the end result is that eventually you get forced into have to doing what we've been saying that you should have done since you started the game.
Yeah.
And Call of Duty has finally learned that lesson, or at least what is it, Treyarch? Who makes them now?
So
changed so many
both companies are involved, but if I'm not mistaken, the last 3 entries have been Activision. Treyarch kind of, if I'm not mistaken, took a little bit of a break. The Cold War, I think, was the last Treyarch entry, if I'm not mistaken.
I didn't play that one. Did you play Cold War?
Dude, that was a weird space for me while playing Call of Duty, and I've seen a lot of opposing opinions. I hated Cold War. I hated it.
Yeah.
I won't even lie. And I think it was more so the level of the skill gap that created once Cold War came out, because dude, I would just get bodied. I could just very well be trash. I'm very easy to admit that.
You're not trash though. That's the thing. You're not trash. You can go bar for bar with Brady a lot.
You sound crazy.
Nah, Brady. I'm not saying you could beat Brady. Don't get me wrong. But I'm saying you can play in the same team as him on pubs and like not completely shit your pants.
Yeah.
You know, like I do. Yeah.
We get into rank. That's a little different.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but you know.
So I haven't gotten to play hardcore rank, but I wanted to talk about 12v12 Moshpit, 10v10 Moshpit.
So you are a hardcore guy though.
I'm not on hardcore. This is that on the hardcore playlist? Because I just
no. I'm asking. Are you?
Oh, I'm not a hardcore guy. No.
Oh, okay,
no.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean I understand why people like hardcore, and I mean I've had fun playing it, but I'm not good enough to be effective in that game type.
I respect that because that's exactly how I feel as well now. Because again, bro, going back to the skill gap thing, this game created another like a different kind of skill gap because hardcore on this is unlike the rest. Like it's maybe there's just so many sweats flooding these playlists that I'm tricked into believing what I just said. But
right.
I still feel like that is very present here, honestly.
I think one of the things I liked about what they did with a couple of new maps like Meat and I mean, I guess Rust isn't a new map. That was in
Rust was original Modern Warfare 2.
I don't know why I felt like that was a new map, but what I've been noticing with them including those in like the same playlist is that they're really trying to get to more contact per minute or per second, right? And I think that's what Call of Duty for me has always lacked is that if I didn't know the map, if I wasn't a fucking sweat that played it 500 times a day, I would just get smoked on any other Call of Duty because the maps were so intricate. Not even intricate, but they were specific. You know, you needed to learn where certain places.
This spot.
Right.
What's this alley leading to? Where can I go from? Like, it's just.
And when you're creating maps where people have to continuously move, you're creating a more level playing field, and I enjoy that kind of game.
And it's a different play style, honestly, because some maps you can sit somewhere. I'm not saying the whole game, but you can sit somewhere for an extended period of time and be fine, depending on, of course, a couple of things, your skill level and how well you know the map already. But there are still ones that kind of move themselves outside of that box to where it could be a new map to you, and you could just stumble upon that space right there and then. You know,
right. And I just also feel like I know some people don't like SPMM, the whole skill based matchmaking sort of algorithm that they use. But for me, it's been fun because I'm not a sweat. I don't spend 45 hours a week playing that game. So when I do want to load in, it's cool to play with people that are also like me that just want to have fun. You know,
you said levels of playing field. Now, here's my only issue that I have with skill based matchmaking, because I think the concept of it is a very smart thing to have in this kind of game. Here's my only problem, right? For one, the thing that originally stamped Call of Duty and what they do so well with their FPS was that for a long time the public the pubs matches that never existed. So it was like, it was kind of like a guessing game. It was like, damn, I'm either gonna get in a game with someone that's cracked or I'm gonna get in a lobby full of scrubs, which changes your experience of the game. It really does now that it's so much different because you're not like, for example, here's my experience, right? I'm decent at the game. I wouldn't call myself good, great, whatever, but if I have 2 games where I'm doing really good, it's like my next 5-6 games I'm in here with sweats. Like a sweat is somebody I can't even react to. They're moving so quick. They're instantly seeing me from all the way across the map, furthest point to furthest point, and I'm just dead. And there's no let up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and also what defines a sweat for me is someone that is constantly doing that fucking jump, slide, cancel, jump, slide, where you can't even and I
hit them.
And you know what? Maybe my testosterone's too high, but I don't like to do shit like that. I stand with my 2 feet planted on the ground and I fucking spray. I don't fucking run around and jump off I don't do parkour while I'm playing Call of Duty.
Here's the thing. That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean that because I do a little bit of slide canceling and whatever it is. Not to sweat level, but I'll do it, just to get my little slides in, make sure I can still do it if I need it. But I feel you, but the problem is what you prefer isn't going to be what the next person prefers, or I'll even go as far as to say is what they're okay with. And that's where a downside to your experience can come about because you can do everything the way you want it, but if my man's getting halfway across the map in 5 seconds from slide canceling, diving, whatever the fuck he's doing, you're like,
but I just feel like,
is this even Call of Duty anymore?
I just feel like there's something dishonorable about that.
It's very dishonorable. No, I agree with you, bro. I'm fully with that. If I had
you know
the
what I
option
mean?
to take it out, I'm petitioning. I'm checking that box. Take this shit the fuck out, please.
Yeah, but another game type that obviously isn't as, I guess, exciting. Well, it's exciting to me, but I guess as popular as some of the other ones. Invasion. Have you played Invasion?
I don't think I have.
See, it's really scratches the back of anybody that's like a Battlefield fan like me that wants like a big open map with a bunch of different things going on at once. Okay. You can kind of plug and play into different zones of contact. That, for me, is what I always liked about a shooter.
Okay.
And because Battlefield fucking sucks, I have to play Call of Duty.
Specific 2042, guys.
Yeah, Battlefield 2042. Obviously, Battlefield is much better than Call of Duty as a whole. But fucking 2042 was so horrible that, you know, now I'm here playing Call of Duty and talking about, you know, how much better the open world big map gameplay is. I mean, that's how bad that game is. It's insane.
EA and DICE should have been defunded and subpoenaed for that game, huh?
They should have been arrested. They should have been put in front of the Hague for war crimes. They should have been executed publicly. Like kind of like
Rikers.
Kind of like Saddam. Did you ever see Saddam getting executed? As an Iraqi, you have to watch that.
Are we doing this right now?
Yeah, I'm serious. Have you seen Saddam getting executed? His video.
Yeah, I have. But
yeah. What?
Yeah, I have. Yes, I have.
You know what I'm saying?
I have. Yes, okay. I have.
Yeah,
That's all I'm
yeah.
gonna say.
Why? What's wrong? I can't talk about.
We can't do this right
I can't talk about Saddam getting executed. He's
no, you can.
What?
I'm fine with you talking about that. It's just where this conversation can lead.
But I'm saying that's what should happen to the people who made Battlefield 2042. Yeah. It should be like a shaky cell phone camera video of like them getting let out. You know, that's kind of what I want.
We can have an off-screen discussion about this if you'd like.
But no, obviously I'm joking. But
no, I know.
But no, I mean the weirdest thing about how much I've been enjoying Invasion is that it really does do everything that, you know, a good round of, you know, conquest on Battlefield would do.
Okay.
Like there really isn't anything missing. That's
good to know.
It's got a lot of points of contact. It's got a lot of, I mean, there's vehicles, but I don't really like the vehicle play in Call of Duty. It's just, it doesn't scratch that itch, you know, in the same way that Battlefield used to. But that factor is actually a cool factor to deal with in the game, because then you get a reason to like use explosives. You start to see the different things that Call of Duty can do in the game, which if you're just playing, 6v6, fucking ARing people to death for 8 hours, I would say, if you're looking for a difference in play style, check out Invasion. Yeah, because it gives you a lot more to do.
I should actually do that because I'm on. I don't want to say the opposing side. My preference is kind of opposite of that. I do like the running and gunning, the quicker pace gameplay. Yeah. But I've played some Battlefield in my time, and I did enjoy it. Specifically, I already told you this, bro. If it comes to FPS, I'm a multiplayer guy all day before anything else. I liked Hardline a lot.
Hardline, you told me about Hardline.
And like me, I had a crew. Nothing crazy. We were running with. And it was actually always a lot of fun, especially when I got the feel for the game, because it is a lot different than Call of Duty. It's still same setup, same layout. First person, you see your gun the same way. All that translates to the same thing. But in Hardline, in Battlefield specifically, it is a little different. Time to kill is different. Your movement is different. Whatever it is. Obviously, the one of the best, most accoladed things I would give Battlefield is their weapon selection. Yeah, because Call of Duty heavily fails in comparison.
Battlefield, you could spend like 30 minutes
just looking at
guns. Going through your assortment of, and the other thing too is that especially Battlefield 4 did such a good job of making the guns feel unique. You shot them, they had a different sound. They had a different rate of fire, recoil rate of fire. You had to fine tune them. You had to get the right attachments for. See, that's what I like to do and that was one of the reasons why I like GRAW 2. Did you ever play Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter 2?
No.
The Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter series, except for the Future Warfare, that's garbage, and anybody who's listening to me would agree with me. It's not even a part of the same canon. But the first two GRAWs have some of the most robust, like customization. It's kind of like Vegas. Remember Rainbow Six Vegas? It's got that same. It's all Tom Clancy. It's that old school. It's that old school Tom Clancy, man, where they would let you just run out there with anything on.
It's kind of like, it kind of like a little bit. Kind of grinds my gears. Like there's a lot of certain FPS that never got their shine due to like Call of Duty, Halo, and Battlefield.
But the thing is, they did get their shine. It was just not as bright. Yeah. It was not as bright because there wasn't an international. I mean, there was, but there wasn't, I guess, maybe social media infused with it. So we didn't really get. And also, like, games back then, I feel like people were even more dedicated to.
For sure.
Because they spent so much time on them. There wasn't these pass-through fees of needing to pay for newer shit. You got the full game. You just had to grind it to get everything.
Whatever you needed.
And the people who really grinded it were like diehard fans of those games.
They were.
But no, I mean, getting back to COD though, definitely Invasion. Did you play Zombies yet?
Here's Zombies. I have not. I'm waiting. I'm not a solo Zombies guy, and nobody else that maybe outside of you. If that's
I don't play solo. I don't play solo. No. That's a totally relevant or valid excuse for not playing. Yeah.
I like to run with a team of 4. Like I don't want to just Zombies. You get to like level 20 by yourself. It's like you're not surviving. Not in the new ones. The old ones, sure you can. But these, like, come on.
But what I love about Zombies is kind of getting to my other point that I brought up earlier. It's kind of the same point, which is that they listened to what fans wanted and they actually implemented it into the game. The old Zombies was perfectly fine.
Loved it.
Perfectly fine. I loved it. It was great. But instead of just being like, hey, we're just going to serve you up the same thing, they got creative and they did it in a good way. They saw, okay, what worked for DMZ? What works for Warzone? What are the best aspects of those game types? Now let's implement something that we've already made that's great into that. And I just think it's the perfect synthesis of like a fun party shooter. It really is. It's the best.
So from what I'm understanding, from what I have seen and heard from whoever I know that has played it, it's in the best way possible. It's a little similar. Did you ever play Outbreak?
No.
That was, I want to say, was that Cold War? I think it might have been. It was a zombies mode.
Yeah.
But it was like, as opposed to like, you're within a map and you're confined to so much space. Because like, the old style zombies, you can open every door, but you're still going to be within a certain space on that map.
Yeah.
Outbreak was like, if I'm not mistaken, 3 to 4 different maps that you could warp to within the same match, if that makes sense. And they were huge.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a fucking building. You know what I mean? It was like open. There was buildings you could access. There was all these other things. And I liked it a lot because it was the first, at that time, it was the first new zombies experience I had outside of the original play style. And from what I've seen with the new, it kind of looks similar to that in the best way possible. And that's a very good thing to have going for it because it's open. It's very open. It doesn't follow the same suit, like I said, as the older zombies would. You can do way more now. And there's way more to interact with. So I'm going to check it out, bro. I've been wanting to play it. I'll be honest with you. I have been wanting to.
You got to do it, but you're right. You do need a crew. I mean, you could do it with one other person. Like me and you could run it. Yeah. But the best way to do it, you're right, is with 4 people or at least 3. Because you need somebody, you need a third person, really.
You got to play roles, bro. It's not a role-playing game, but you got to play certain roles.
Yeah, 100%. However, I played it with Blazin, and it was really fun, and I really had a great time.
I'm surprised he played it.
Yeah, no, he was obsessed with zombies for like 2 weeks. Yeah, and I was surprised because he's not a zombies guy. Yeah. It was
he never struck me as such.
That's more of a testament to like how fun they made it. But yeah, no, that's kind of the good things I have to say about COD right now. But what are some bad things to say about COD? Because I think we're
almost there.
Yeah,
right?
we're almost there.
Let me think. For one, although initially I liked the idea of the original maps coming back, now that I've played it, terrible idea. For one, a lot of them, they're not built for 6v6.
No.
A lot of these maps. Some to name: Wasteland, Derailed, and I personally feel like Karachi. I feel like those maps, maybe if people would disagree and say they aren't too big, there is too much accessibility in these maps for it to be a 6v6.
Yeah.
For one. For two, I like the idea that they let you use all your weapons from Modern Warfare 2, but I don't feel like this new game had enough weapons originally from this game. I personally don't.
Yeah, I agree. And there's way too few like exclusive.
There's like 5 for each class of weapons. Like,
what are we doing?
I'm used to like 10 on initial drop of the game.
It's fucking crazy.
Adding maybe another 10 with future releases, but it's like...
But we've said this before. I mean, it was essentially just an update of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Exactly. They got us.
Yeah, they got us.
Whoever has the game, they got us. It
was a good scam. You know, they made me pay $70 for an update. That's fine.
And my last point I would make about why it's bad is, you know, and this could be more of a testament towards me and myself and how I am. Some of you fucking sweats need to step outside for once. Please, please, bro. That's all I'm asking, because you guys just, it's like Call of Duty runs in your fucking veins, bro. It's literally
I think this might be the hardest I've ever seen people play Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I think this one might be
more than I've seen in like competitive.
Yeah, no, for real. Pubs matches where you see people really breaking their fucking forearms playing this game. Yeah, there's something going on in the water, man.
It's a little sad.
It's a little sad. It says something more about our culture as a whole.
Yes.
Yeah.
Than the game itself.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But so yeah, I mean, right now, are we looking towards any new games coming out that are going to be good? I'm sure FPSs are dead for a little while, but is there anything coming out?
The first one that comes to my mind is this game called Black Myth, Sun Wukong. You play as...
Oh, yeah, that looks cool. Yeah, that looks really cool. It's still not out?
No.
Whoa, I saw like trailers for that like a year ago.
Yes.
Looked like it was playable.
Literally, and bro, which I'm very happy with that.
Yes, you're right.
If you know, earliest looks at the games you're giving us already looks like it's playable, but we're past a year now and it's still not out. Take your fucking time. Please take your time.
Take your time. No, you're right. We've
Work
said
out
that
every
before.
nook and cranny you can. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, look, get everything out the way that you can initially, and let's see how it is on first drop, because that's a huge proving point to what can be a good game in today's time, because we see what happens with a lot of these games on initial release. They're not good.
No, and you know, I think it's become the standard now to release a half-done game. So if they're really taking their time with Wukong, what do you know the studio who made it?
I don't.
Damn.
Yeah. I mean, you know, we've had millions of discussions about this. It plays similar to a Souls game.
Yeah, I did see that it was like,
you know,
yeah.
That's like 70% of it right
there.
Yeah,
you're right.
Play like this, I'm in.
Yeah,
show
very
me
true.
A little bit more. I'm there with you. You know what I mean?
Very true. I think Souls really did set the standard for the new RPG. Like,
big time.
If you're not playing it like that, if you're not using similar mechanics, then it's outdated. It's not as good as what it could be.
I mean, look at how many clones came out after the Souls games.
Yeah.
We're talking Neo, Lords of the Fallen, Mortal Shell, Liza P. Like, a lot of games came out quickly too. There was no like test of time. It was very quick that came out, and I was just like, dude, what is going on? And I'm very glad at the fact that I know, even without playing some, they're not holding up to From Software.
No,
the originator will stay the originator for a reason.
Yeah, and also that, like, when you think about a game like Elden Ring, there's the fine tuning aspect of it that very few studios can do. Very few studios can get that fine tuned on a game.
I mean, like, think about how big that game is and how good it was on the initial release. Like, that to me nowadays, and I hate that my standards are this low because of how games have been. That says a lot, bro. Yeah. It really does today. It tells you it's a huge game.
Yeah, and it also tells you that it's possible, that we shouldn't be accepting from studios half-finished games. Because it's like, no, From Software is not even that big. They weren't that big until Elden Ring, and they made a good game.
Very.
So if you're fucking Sony, or if you're any of these other, and you're taking fucking 8 years to make a game, or you're Bethesda, taking 8 years to make a game.
Make fucking Starfield.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And it's still not what it should be. You know, there really is no excuse. But tell them where they can like and subscribe. I got to use the bathroom. Hold on.
Wow, I don't think you need to let them know that. You guys, as always, we're on all socials. We are on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Our handle on there is 2 Detroit Nerds. Please feel free. Come comment. come DM us, come do whatever it takes to interact with us, please. Anything. Come have discussion with us. Give us suggestions for what you might want to see on the show. Come talk to us. We are real people. I know you guys see this secret bunker. You see us dripped out as ever. We may not seem like real people on this fucking camera. We are, though. We'd love to have conversations with you guys about pretty much anything that we cover, even some things outside of. Don't feel afraid. Come do it. What else are we on? We also just recently launched our Facebook under this same handle, and we have been loading that up, and it's going to keep coming. So whatever is your preference, social media, please come interact with us. We would really, really appreciate it, me and Adam. I was just talking, bro. I literally just stopped. Adam's very critical, guys, as you already know. He's got some bad takes. Very bad takes, bro. Very, very. I let it all out at once, bro. Cemeteries don't have sounds, by the way. But
yeah,
to get back to it, yeah, I mean, outside of what we just talked about, there's the obvious game I'm looking forward to that just released their first trailer, GTA 6.
Oh yeah, but that's that.
Yeah, that's a couple years ahead.
There won't even be a country by the time that comes out. I mean, let's get real. Like, what do you think?
No?
you think there's going to be a 2025? You think you're going to look at a calendar and it's going to say 2025? That's what you think?
Absolutely.
All right.
That's all we have for you today. No. Yeah, fuck yeah, bro. The nuke just hits right now. They're just 2025 now. No.
Quick movie corner. Real quick, because I on this topic, did you see that new Netflix movie, Leave the World Behind?
No. I've been hearing a lot about it.
So, when we talk about, we used to do, little segments on the show where we would get a little bit conspiracy oriented.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to go too far with that now, but I do want to say that when something is so obviously in your face, MK Ultra predictive programming, you do have to kind of talk about it on a show. Absolutely. When you have a platform. I think Leave the World Behind is about a cyber attack that hits the United States, and it's got Julia Roberts, Mahershala Ali, Ethan Hawke, and some other various actors. I think Kevin Bacon does a little dance in it. But it's an okay movie. I would still say definitely watch it because it keeps your attention. But it's so obviously meant to, like, I've never seen a movie that is more of a like assault on your feeling of safety and feeling of this is just a movie kind of thing. It's really it's really trying to make sure that you feel like it's not just a movie. It's really trying to tell you through the movie that something is about to happen, and it really does a good job of it. And it's no mistake that Michelle and Barack Obama were the executive producers of the film, and that Barack Obama, I'm not kidding, and that Barack Obama,
literally,
look at it. And that Barack Obama did consult on the film and told the writers exactly what a cyber attack would look like and how the people were likely to react in that.
Why would he know that?
Yeah, so when you watch films like that, this holiday season, ladies and gentlemen, just make sure you know the price of a generator. Make sure you know where your local gun store is. There's certain things you can do to protect yourself and your family, and these people are,
yeah.
The people who are doing it are protecting themselves.
Yeah,
so
100%.
I think you should too. But the film is actually really cool. Sam Ismail, who is the director, he made a really great Amazon series with Julia Roberts. Let me see if I can pull up the name of it because it's stumping me right now. It had 2 seasons. It's probably the best Amazon original that you can find. Let's see, Julia Roberts, Sam Ismail.
Was the movie you're talking about? Is that I feel like I've seen the trailer for it. Is that when the black couple walks up to the house?
Yeah, this is our house.
Okay,
there's definitely stuff in it that like they didn't need to force themselves into a plot that was kind of preposterous. They could have told the story in a different way, but I think they really wanted to have the let's call it tension of modern day politics like front and center. So the TV series that Sam Ismail made was called Homecoming, with Julia Roberts in it. He also made Mr. Robot, which people seem to like. I can't understand why, but Homecoming is really good.
Yeah, okay.
Seriously, man, like
check it out.
Like no bullshit. amazing. Do you have Amazon Prime?
I do.
Dude, watch that tonight. Like, it's fucking great.
No promises, but I'll consider it.
So he tried to take sort of the film style, because there's a very specific style of Homecoming where it's these long take shots. There's these like seemingly unnecessary things that later become important, but that are like focused on visually. And Leave the World Behind does a similar type of film style, and it hits and misses, but for a movie like that to be made in a way that is unorthodox was refreshing.
Okay.
Because you could make Olympus Has Fallen forever, you could make 28 Days Later forever. Not that that's a bad movie, but there's a certain way that apocalyptic films play out that you're used to seeing, and this film takes a kind of a different route on that. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, that is good.
An imperfect movie, but still worth seeing, for sure.
Yeah, I'll check it out for sure, bro.
Yeah.
Don't let me sound like I'm bullshitting.
No, I mean,
you think I am.
I think you are, but I think eventually you probably will see it just because it's that good of a show. So just putting it in your head there. If you need a new show to watch at some point, definitely check out Homecoming.
I need multiple shows to watch. So good. You gave me one. Not a lot of people give me shows to watch. Or not a lot of people whose opinions I would respect on a show give me shows to watch. So let me say that.
Yeah, no, you should definitely. That one's a good one. And when you're talking about movies that are coming out that are trying to hit like the zeitgeist, the feeling of the times, that movie is doing sort of a good job. But there's another movie that's coming out April 26th that I saw on TikTok that really sent chills up my spine. It's called Civil War, and it's by the same guy that did make 28 Days Later. So it is going to be that full big budget apocalyptic end of world type of movie, but with the setting being a civil war within the United States. This is, of course, during the election season. Yeah,
the irony.
I'll say it again. This is, again, during the election season. But, I'm excited to see what these movies play out as, because I think right now, and I think a lot of directors and a lot of studios are realizing that, like, that is the kind of movie people kind of want to see right now because of all the tension going on in the country. So I'm interested to see what different studios and partake in that subgenre and what they do with it. So it's going to be an interesting year for film.
Good. I'm going to stay on the lookout then, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
Now,
here we go.
Let's get into the next segment. Let's do the thing for the peeps that
right,
like so much.
Right. So this is an anime podcast as well as it is other types of media. So we do need to talk about, a couple of big animes that are going to, one of them is going to wrap up pretty soon and the other one is about to start. So, or did Jujutsu Kaisen already end?
In the manga? No. I think there's, by December next, they just came out with a statement, the creator. December next year will be the end of Jujutsu
Kaisen. Okay. So, you could start on kind of what you thought of season 2 overall.
As I've said before, this has been, and I've not given this opinion out maybe more. I don't think I've given out more times than I count on my hand.
Yeah.
This has been a perfect season of anime, period. Amongst all the greats, all the heavy hitters, this is one of those. This is, like I said before on our previous episode, they've done everything so well. Like, What works so well for me is I was never really too big of like a book to movie or movie to book guy in my life. But once I started reading manga and then watching the anime as it came out later, I understand the reasoning towards that. The book to movie to book kind of thing. I fully get it now, because if you can capture and grasp everything from within the manga and how it hits as the sole reader of it, and really put that on screen, animate it, drop the colors on it, get the right voice action, all the things that go into making an anime episode, but do it even better than my own imagination can while I'm reading.
Right. You did it.
You're doing what you're supposed to do.
Right.
You are. The last few episodes that came out were very climactic, and it's not even over. I think there's about 3 to 4 more episodes. You are seeing everything you want to see as a watcher only. Okay. Anime watcher only. You are seeing everything you've been wanting to see within this second season. There has been no letdown, no drawback. Like everything. You're so satisfied with what's happening, no matter if it's a tragic loss or a magnificent gain. You are seeing everything, and it's just they do such a good job at capturing the emotion and the depth within these episodes, which is another reason why I say what I say about this season, because I've got a long list of things that I've watched, and there's a lot of good things on there that I've watched. But when I'm if I'm viewing and I'm just as excited watching it as I was reading it, if not more excited, that lets me know like this is now risen above anime. Like you always say about Evangelion, this now goes outside of the box, because you've proven it to me in every way that me personally, I could have asked for.
Right.
You're doing everything right. There's no downside to it. I can't think of a single reason to complain with this season at all. Not one.
What do you say to the people that are like, oh, JJK is overhyped right now?
I say that they have been doing what's been happening for about the last 7 to 8 years now. They jump on the hate bandwagon. I don't know why this has become a thing.
Yeah, right.
I personally don't. Like because you see a large group of people swaying or having their own opinion, it's like you never would have had an opinion that strongly before, but because you see more people doing it, now is your time to step up and speak.
Right.
Do you really feel like that?
Right.
Or are those people making you feel like that? Right. You know what I mean?
100%.
So to those people, I would say, wash, rinse, and repeat your fucking brain in the way that shit works, and really go into it and watch it with an open mind. Don't like one of the main things that used to kill me about these JJK watchers was that they were always saying it was a Naruto clone, right? Because 3-person team, 2 are guys, 1's a girl, white-haired teacher. The main character is a little bit dumb. The other guy is like real edge, like an edgelord. He's almost like halfway emo, and then you have a girl who's kind of like, she's strong, but she can be a little out there at times, right?
Right.
Do you know how many other anime we could say fit that? It doesn't mean it's a clone.
Doesn't mean it's
inspiration,
a clone.
Sure. Sure. A lot of these newer creators are taking that inspiration from the top names. That comes with any form of media, whether it be music, movies, games, whatever it is. That will always be a thing. Inspiration is a good thing.
Right.
It can sometimes make something that was good be great. You know what I mean? So I don't get the branding of opinions within these shows that kind of stop a lot of people from going and checking them out and having a real opinion about it.
Right. Yeah.
So I tell them, maybe get the fuck out of your head.
Yeah.
Watch some shit, bro. Just watch it without thinking, who do I have to impress or agree with with my opinion. You watch it. You make your opinion to yourself. Keep it. Because you know me, I'm not out here, this shit is ass.
Right.
This shit is mid. Yeah. Like, I don't know, bro. It's just really crazy to me, because I feel like a lot of people that do that miss out on things that are actually good, and they're not giving it, which doesn't require a lot, the time of day to actually figure that out. First season of any anime, besides there's a select few. How many first seasons of most anime can you say where it's like, this is the greatest show ever?
Very little.
Almost none.
Yeah, very little.
But you flip that and reverse it, and you say, oh, watch this one season. How quick can I say it's the worst ever? You can have a lot of names in there.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
But this next show that I want to hear about from you doesn't fit that last description, which would be Chainsaw Man.
100%. Chainsaw Man, I went back and I watched the first season of Chainsaw Man, and because I'd seen it the first time as it was coming out. And when you watch something as it's coming out, you get that break every week, so you don't really get to see it like episode by episode.
Right.
And I went ahead and I did that. I just like binged it on a day's watch. One aspect about it that is kind of separate from my overall feeling of the show is that it is a very gory show. It can like become nauseating.
Supremely.
By how much gore is in that show. It's one of the only animes I've ever seen where it's like I should get a week break each time I watch the episode.
Over Attack on Titan?
No, Attack on Titan, I would say it's not as gory as much as it is dark and like scary.
Fair. Yeah,
like whereas Chainsaw Man is very much like almost like exploitation film level, like blood and guts. Whereas shocking kind of stuff. But I gotta say, when you're looking for a show that for somebody, let's say you are trying to show it to someone who doesn't really, like anime or understand it, it's not your first pick, but because the animation is so good and because the fluid motion graphics of that anime is unlike anything I've ever seen before, it can get the most unlikely people, like, for example, my girlfriend who doesn't like most anime, just because of how well done Chainsaw Man looks, just off of one visual, like, kind of glance at an action scene. It was something that she'd like to actually watch. So that, I think, is a good indicator for a show that's such a high quality that it can get people who, like, for example, for even me, I like an action anime, I like a shonen, but I'm not really into, like, the super blood and guts, like, crazy anime. I just, not that I'm, like, don't like them, or not that I think they're bad, but, like, it's just not for me. But Chainsaw Man has aspects of it that I would normally not like.
Yes.
And it does the work of being an animated show so well that I love it.
Well,
and
I think what works so well for it is, like, they're not just doing the whole blood and guts thing for strictly the visual aspect. They're actually doing it on, like, the emotional level, because it kind of puts you in the thought process of, like, what if I just seen somebody that was close to me get done like you know what I mean? And you can actually kind of in some way sympathize with the character that's happening to. I think it does that very well as opposed to a lot of other shows. I think I've seen things that are just dudes half his head just getting blown off, no importance to the show.
Yeah, just no importance. But even with, like, the subject matter of Chainsaw Man, we've seen so many anime about demons and about demon hunters. Yu Yu Hakusho, so many shows, right?
Yeah.
But I think Chainsaw Man took that concept and actually made it scary again.
It did.
It actually made it emotionally, like you said, something you could emotionally invest in, because the monster designs are so grotesque, because the situations are so dire and so violent that, like, you can't help but, like, wipe your memory of whatever other type of show you've seen that's like that, because that show just does it in such a visceral way.
They do.
That you just stick to it, and I wish I could go back. I wish I could be a kid in a time like this and watch a show like Chainsaw Man. That would have fucking blown my. I wish I wasn't so desensitized. Is my point.
Because so much like it.
Yeah, because it really is such a unique thing, even though it is using subject matter that's been, very well tread in the anime genre. You know what I mean?
No, and I do for sure know what you mean. They're just so well at making the threat be so present. There, because outside of it, like, a lot of the shows that I watched again as a kid or, like, growing up, a lot of these, like, newer shows and manga don't really hit the same way with the presence of threat. Strictly, we're talking strictly action. Anime right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think Chainsaw Man does it perfectly, because you almost get little to no detail about the gun devil. I'm very well aware of how much a threat this man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just because of how he's portrayed, and in whoever you've seen thus far in the anime, you already know, no matter what feat is displayed on screen,
the gun
it's
devil's
not even
worse.
holding a candle to the gun devil, because of what happens when his name is brought up. If they think they're even within his vicinity, when they get fragmented, just whatever comes with the lore of the show, you know very well that is the man to not fuck with.
Yeah, and the show does a really great job on that tip of, like, making you feel like you are as invested as the characters, because they're finding things out as you're finding things out. And very few shows, I think, can keep that barrier of information while still keeping the barrier of interest.
Yes.
Like, I'm still interested, but I don't have that much information. Like, that's a hard thing to do.
It's not easy, because most people just lose their interest with that. I don't know.
And also, man, like, the art direction of, like, some of the ending themes, like the one episode where he hooks up with the girl with the eye patch or whatever. Do you remember the ending theme from that episode?
Where they're in her bed?
Yeah, but then the ending, like, closing credits of, like, the music video that it makes. One of the fucking coolest things I've ever seen. Anime, movies, TV, doesn't even matter. One of the coolest fucking things I've ever seen.
And it really gives you that appreciation for the art, because at least somebody like me, one of the, like, reigning thoughts in my head when it comes to intros and outros for anime, right? Because I know this, again, would come with most forms of media.
Yeah.
I always have the question in my head, like, what made them not only pick, but know that was the fitting sound for their show? Because that's to me, again, the way I think, that must not have been the easiest choice. Like, I always wonder, was it a matter of they heard it and were like, okay, that's it, or did they already have the idea in mind? Whichever one it is, again, it still attests to the same level of how well in tune they are with art, because it's almost like they know as a single entity that this will grasp all the fans and all the art, not all, but a large majority of the audience and fans, and they'll come to love it. And I think, again, that speaks a lot for the creative direction on a lot of these shows.
Yes.
Because that's not an easy choice to make. You could very easily pick a trash, like, I can think of plenty of anime where the intro and outro, I'm like, nah, skip every time.
Skip that,
Every time. I don't even give a fuck about that.
Yeah, but when they get it right, you're right. There's something special that they're showing you, that they're so aware of what their show is doing to you emotionally. They can even pick the sonic, the sound that accompanies with the imagery. Very hard thing to do.
Not to get off subject of Chainsaw Man, but I can't wait till you catch up in it. In Jujutsu Kaisen, there is a specific episode. I will not say or ruin anything for you, but there is a certain point where it comes to the ending. And me and you off camera, where I was talking to you about how good the intro and outro are for this new season. There is a very specific scene where the ending of the episode is, most endings of the episode, something will happen, screen goes black, boom, the outro plays.
Right.
That's the common style that we're so used to.
Yeah.
And this one episode I'm talking about, Yuji, he just comes out of being taken control of by Sukuna. I promise you this won't ruin anything for you. He just comes out of the trance that he was in of Sukuna getting, taking over. And he has a realization of what happened that whole time while Sukuna took over. While it was Sukuna doing it, it's still Yuji's body, so of course it's going to take the emotional toll on him.
Yeah.
To me, this is like peak. And I can't wait till you watch it, because I want your opinion on this.
Yeah.
He's like I said, he's realizing everything. He falls to his knees. He's literally on the verge of going crazy, right?
Yeah.
As soon as he falls down, hits his knees, and he's like crying, going through it, the fucking outro starts to play, and it is, God, it is perfect.
Really?
It is literally just the sequence of that happening, and then him, because the outro doesn't precisely fit to what's happening, but it works so well because the lyrics of the song, how the song sounds, and you're just like,
it's sick.
You know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah,
you know what you're doing with this shit.
It's such a great feeling when they like nail it, when
it gave me chills when I was watching. I was like, nah, it did not just happen. But while at the same time jamming out to the outro. Bro.
No, they got some good music on there.
They do, man.
No, I fuck with Jujutsu Kaisen's music for sure, man. And I still haven't even gotten to the second season yet. So
good.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely talk about that next episode.
Yeah, in this case.
Yeah. By the way, next episode we're gonna have a lot of people on. It's gonna be a super episode, our New Year Spooktacular special, and you guys are gonna be the first to see it. So
you need to see us in a different light.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I'm super excited for that. But yeah, I mean that was mainly what I wanted to talk about. Did you have anything?
Last thing I'll add is I seen a great list of 2024 drops for anime.
Oh yeah, tell me about them.
Very, very good list. First, we're getting the final part to Bleach 1,000 Year Blood War.
True.
Which is amazing.
Hell yeah.
If you have or have not watched it, it's still amazing.
Awesome.
I'm geeked about that. One of my, I feel like, although it is known enough, hidden gems within the anime community finally got a release date for the new season. That would be that time I got reincarnated as a slime.
Oh, they have a new season.
New season next
Sick.
month.
That's a good show.
Should be great because I've read a little bit of it, which I think is the same continuation as the anime, and shit's about to go crazy in this new season. If that's what it's found.
Yeah.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, we're supposed to be getting those newly revamped and animated episodes of Naruto, which, you don't care about, whatever.
Next.
Next. Oh, if I said the same thing about Neon Genesis, you'd be
couldn't,
like,
though, because Evangelion's the greatest show of all time.
Dude, no way.
Because Evangelion's the greatest show of all time.
We're also, they just released confirmation of new season of Fire Force, which has been a few years now.
Wow. Okay. That should be good.
I think 2024, they said. Don't quote me on that.
Okay.
I'm praying it comes out 2024, but And I think Chainsaw Man's also supposed to come out.
Yes.
You know, there's the obvious ones. I think Demon Slayer, I hold outside of the box because these motherfuckers just put out quality in a timely fashion that nothing else does.
Yeah, they really know. Yeah, they really know how to set a release date and meet it. Yeah,
and it's like all the rest of y'all.
Yeah, learn.
Please do this.
Yeah.
I can wait, but I don't want this 2 to 3 year break.
Yeah.
Each season. I understand Mappa, you guys are goated, but give your fucking workers a little bit of life back.
Yeah.
Because you guys probably got people dying over there.
Yeah.
To, as big of a fan of anime and manga as I am, do something that's not worth a life.
Yeah.
So let those people breathe a little bit,
let
man.
Them chill.
Them have a day off. Please.
Take them on a vacation.
Please.
Let them do something.
We can wait. We're patient.
Yeah.
Most people say they're not. We are patient. Aside from that, man, I don't think there's much else. Not that I can think of.
That's a pretty stacked list to begin with. So
we've been spoiled, bro.
Yeah, we definitely have been spoiled, and I think this confirms it, that we're just in another renaissance for anime.
Yeah,
we're gonna look back on this time period, like 2020 to probably like 2024, as like some of the best anime releases that have come out ever.
And whoever denies that is just
you're hating.
You might be halfway brain dead. Who knows?
Who knows?
We don't.
Yeah. But yeah,
we're not at our hour yet, though.
We're not.
We have 8 minutes.
We have 8 minutes. Why don't we
cut it?
Yeah, we can cut it here. And the reason isn't because we're done talking to you guys. It's just if I'm listening to a podcast, I like it to end like on a natural note rather than them just kind of bumble around for the last 4 minutes.
Because I know how we are. We might
start
rambling.
Yeah, we might start rambling. Who knows? We might start releasing launch codes and saying things.
Yeah, we might accidentally give out the fucking location of Secret Bunker, which we can't do yet.
We can't do those things. So. Yeah, guys, it's another episode of 2 Detroit Nerds. Be sure to like and subscribe.
Always.
We'll see you next time.
See you guys.